Hi, this is the new caribou. The Honorable Sir David, Emperor of Salt Lake City, Sultan of Utah, Spiritual Advisor to Questioning Mormons, the Bard Extraordinaire, Supreme Being, Alpha and Omega. Well, I had a funny comment from a Mormon. I just thought I'd mention it casually. A Mormon clicked on my it's the most popular video I have. I didn't know that. I mean, I have known that, but when I did it, I had no idea it would have the popularity that it does, and that's my experience as a veil worker in the Los Angeles temple and going through the Mormon endowment and the veil ceremony. And people are interested in what that means and how that goes on. Well, the Mormon wrote in, and most of the Mormons go, "It's a lie, it's a lie, none of it's true." You can go right on the internet and look at the entire endowment ceremony. Norton or Noah did a video cam, I guess, on his forehead, went through the whole thing. And those that have been through the temple certainly verify that what I'm saying is true. Well, this Mormon couldn't think of anything to say, so he said, "This is so boring, I can't even sit through it." And I said, you know what? I feel the same way. I feel exactly the same way. It was so boring, I could barely sit through it. And in the days I was going, there weren't iPhones and fun things to do. It was just looking at the ceiling and looking at the silliness of the robes, the costumes, and the clown suits that we all wore to see who looked the most ridiculous. Anyway, let me bring you this little report from the Tribune, which is the main the Salt Lake Tribune, updated on the November 24th. And it is Salt Lake City man sent to prison for sex with 12-year-old girl. Couldn't he have waited 2 years and pulled the Joseph at 14? Well, I guess not. Poor kid. The Utah man convicted of having sex with a 12-year-old girl has been sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Well, here's a reasonable, I think reasonable, sentence. Prison sentence for that kind of behavior. Now, here's what's interesting. It's a female judge. You know, I don't know if that has any bearing on it, but I bet it does. And I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it. His name is Robert Damian Thornton, Thornton. He's 38 years old, and he's charged, or he was convicted of rape of a child, sodomy on a child, aggravated child sexual abuse, and witness tampering. I guess he probably went to his elders quorum president and said, "I need some witnesses that say that I'm a good person." Thornton was sentenced earlier this month by 3rd District Judge Catherine Bernards Goodman. On December 31st, 2010, police went to the child's mother's Salt Lake City home and discovered the abuse. According to charges, the mother, who had an outstanding warrant, was handcuffed but managed to escape. She wasn't strong. She was just wiry. So the mother escapes, leaves the kid there, I guess. The child later told detectives her mother had given her Valium and Klonopin, and that was for the past few months she was forced to have sex with Thornton. The man allegedly told the girl he would kill her if she told anyone. Well, here we go again. You know, I can't make this stuff up. They just continually produce it here in Utah. Now let me give you a ray of hope. It gives me a ray of hope. There was a law passed and upheld, I think, by the Supreme Court of Utah. I'm not sure if it's been challenged yet, but it's been passed, that the Utah courts will have the video cameras of the news press and others in the courtroom. I think that's wonderful. I think we can see the silliness of what goes on when a person is in there in garments. He gets 4 days in prison for the same thing that a guy that has tattoos and is smoking gets 25 years to life. I think this is going to be a good thing in Utah. I think that the diversity of the sentences and the heinousness hideousness of the crimes will finally be exposed to the public, and even the Mormons can be outraged. They were outraged when Mitt Romney lost, but even maybe there's a few Mormons that would be outraged. There's way too much child molestation in the state of Utah, and we need to give a very clear and strong message to those that are engaging in such, that they're going to spend a lot of time dancing with Bubba. They'll know every dance Bubba knows. So anyway, here we go. 12-year-old girl. Guy gets 25 years to life. You know, Mother of the Year had a warrant for her arrest, was handcuffed, escaped, and now I guess she gets additional time because she's in 15 years to life for giving the kid Valium and Klonopin to make the girl calm down so the 38-year-old man can have sex with her. You know, Joseph Smith didn't have those drugs. Poor Helen Mar Kimball, she was 14, but no drugs, just a teddy bear to hold on to while Joseph Smith is banging her brains out. Oh, I love the Mormons. I love their history, and I love the cult. Thanks.